Jordan has been a bit of an enigma in recent months at the club. Captain gave it his all to lift only 2 trophies at the end of last season, producing arguably some of his best individual moments at the club, but that exertion has undoubtedly taken its toll. He has been a little languid at times, and admittedly slow, too, especially when it comes to closing down the kind of defensive spaces that he has previously been extremely adept at limiting. That kind of regression in energy of course comes with age as well. He is no longer the exuberant 20-year-old who was running up and down the pitch for and scoring the kind of high-intensity goals he bagged against the likes of Chelsea and Bolton in his first-ever campaign at defied order before star performance for in Merseyside derby. Real Madrid unlikely to be able to call on $108 million ace against with no training return. He's a more refined player in comparison to that, and also, yes, a slower one. But that doesn't necessarily mean he can't still be an asset for. The best part of has always been his ability to adapt. He's had so many moments in his career where people had written him off, and yet he's bounced back every single time as a better player. As he nears his 30s, and inevitably loses a touch of his speed, he can once again tweak his game, and the stats might be the best indication of that. Defensively, he's never been an outstanding player, and his numbers, while having dropped this season, are still similar to the kind of figures he was posting previously. The apparent collapse in his output in this regard is something of a myth. This is the same for another common misconception everyone throws at the captain. From the inception of his career, has always been labeled as a sideways pass midfielder. Someone who isn't good at progressing the ball and is only useful in keeping possession but never makes passes that are decisive. This myth has been busted time and time again, but this season in particular has enjoyed a really strong campaign, even when measured up against the best midfielders in the. For example, as per Wisecout, for forward passes per 90 in the ranks in 5th place among midfielders, averaging 17.75. Only Youri Tielemans, Casemiro, and Marc Roca average more. Perhaps what's more impressive though is that for metrics which measure high-value passing such as smart and key passes, again ranks highly among midfielders. For smart passes, averages 0.82 per 90, which is the highest among midfielders at, and ranks him 12th overall in the league. For key passes per 90, as 0.58 return again ranks him among the top 10 in the. And it's the same for progressive passes per 98.71, as well, where ranks in 7th place in the league. Defensively, he may not be able to offer as much for, but the stats have surely once and for all busted the myth about not being an effective midfielder, or that in fact he is now useless for. The midfielder clearly still has plenty left to offer. Has new heaven and earth Jude Bellingham transfer rival as air sucked from FSG sale. Huge call brings triple reward as behind the scenes talks emerge.